this week's episode, Boruto 276, finally came out, and I gotta say, for this arc, the Squid Game arc, as people like to dub it, it is okay. The first episode, I thought it was okay. It's not anything too crazy. I think when we finally see Boruto wake up in this weird place where all these other shinobis or random civilians actually be trapped in this place and have this fantasy of somehow they're all in this life or death situation. They all had a near death experience, so now they had to be forced to be in an experiment. And when the first experiment occurs, is that of them having to pick out one guy had to pick one card. Nine of them is death, and he had to pick the life card. And when he picked death, obviously he dies. Now for this, I don't think all of them are actually dead. I do think some of them are alive. If you know, it says thanks to a certain show that does that formula, I don't think people gonna actually die in this show, in this arc at least. I don't think that's gonna happen. But I will say though, I did like the appearance of Kizaru and Yasume. I believe that's her name. Cause Yasume, she got the bangs. I really like her. And Kizaru, he's kind of cool how he's also a elite shinobi. And I did like how he only reminds me of that one person from Fire Force. I can't remember his name, but if you know, you know. But that guy does look like a badass. But when we finally get the to the first test, I don't know. It seems pretty easy. I mean, everyone really could have made it if they were all patient. Like there is no way they could not have made it. Everyone could have made it if they were all patient. If they all took their time, not trying to bypass one another. And it's just so hilarious to me how this guy Rokuro, this guy has literal bombs on his arm. He got literal chains binding him up. And for what happened to him to actually happen, it makes zero sense to me that he actually got away got free. But I'm gonna get to that later. The fact that we actually do see Boruto, Kizaru, and Yasume all get to the finish line pretty damn quickly, and of course Boruto being the alpha that he is, he sees that the other people are still trapped and the platform is starting to crumble. And so he decides to go back to rescue the other members. And the stone kid, he is so hilarious to me how he is such a weakling, but he's such a simp at the same time. Cause he sees this girl and he immediately blushes. And he doesn't even try to worry about his own safety. He tries to worry about the girl first and asks Boruto to carry the girl up first, and while he's stuck on the platform. And it just so makes me laugh how just true love when you're a kid is so funny to witness in the Naruto universe, especially with Naruto as a kid. But regardless of me going through nostalgia, I think that Akuma, I believe that guy's name, the bounty hunter guy, I believe he's in the Rain Village. I did like his involvement, how he actually decided, even though I don't think anyone's going to die, despite the fact that he sacrificed his precious time to actually hold the platform by himself. Like the fact that he was able to hold it by himself, which with a water jutsu. I mean, that was pretty alpha how he managed to actually accomplish that. I really thought he was pretty cool for actually sacrificing yourself just to save random people that you never even met. And I thought it was really cool how he went beyond what Boruto did. Like he actually yeah, if it wasn't for him, like all of them would have fell down pretty quickly. And it's just really bizarre to me how that girl who was terrified. I mean, terrified when Rokuro and Agama they actually fell down, and for some dumb reason, for some dumb logic, this girl decided to unlock the restraint from Rokuro's arms. Now, why would you do that? Now, I get it. Logic is out of the window when you're scared. Because when you're scared, you tend to be not that smart, not that rational. But come on, this is common sense. If you just run, you literally just run to the ladder. You could have made it. If you just run, jump, have someone help you out, you could have made it. but you decide to trust a random guy with bomb tags who is steeled, who could not use ninjutsu, who has a bounty. You decide to trust him over a life and death situation. Like I much rather die because even if he was telling the truth, and even if he was gonna repay the debt by saving her that one time, there's no stopping him from killing anyone else further on. There's no stopping him from being a menace if he were to be the so-called last survivor. Just like there's no stopping him. And I just think, I don't know, I just don't really like the idea of saving yourself over others, to the fact that you're willing to save yourself over the expense of having multiple people's lives endangered. I don't know, that just ain't me. No matter what situation I'm in, I just cannot be like that girl. But the fact that like Rokuro actually had that badass arm, it looked kind of like a scissor arm. That kind of looked really cool. How he actually managed to unsheath that, and the fact that it was really weird how the next scene after that, when we see Rokuro actually get back on the platform, his his arm are suddenly bandaged again. We don't see the uncovered arm. It was kind of weird how we don't see that at all, because his arm looks really cool. I think that his arm could play and made it faster, because apparently no one seen what his arm really looked like besides us, the audience. And it's just pretty cool to me how there's a lot of different characters who are in it for themselves, especially that I believe the Myth Rain girl, or the Storm Village, no, the Lightning Village girl, whatever her name is. I like the fact that like the fact that she was mainly aiming for money and did not care about anyone else. Like the fact that you were so dead set on money just to make a quick buck, like it's kind of bizarre to me, because Shinobi, they make a lot of money. They make a lot of money even at D rank, because when you escort high level members of society, you do get paid a lot since they're pretty wealthy. And the fact that she did the thing that she did, where she casted this overblown, like way too much way over the top ninjutsu, where she just used so much wind to lift them up and put them back on the platform, and while meanwhile destroying all the rest of the stone blocks, so people have less of a chance to be able to get back up. And that's just really selfish, and it's so irritating where he was so smug when she called Boruto naive for trying to save everyone. Well, like, yes, I think in a real world setting that's going to be impossible. You can never save anyone. But come on, this is Boruto. Boruto always going to do the same thing Naruto always did. He always going to go on his ninja way, preach about how he going to save as much people as he can. Like that's just who he is. And just really excited to see how this guy's going to be able to catch Oga. Because I don't know. I mean, I think the arc could show some potential. I'm just mainly interested in Boruto, obviously, Kiseru, and Yatsume. She looks like a badass, like, especially with the bangs. I kind of want to see what she's all about, because, the fact that she was able to, like, be able to jump from the platform, jump from the stone blocks to the platform, it at least showed that she's capable of some skill. So I kind of want to see what her skill will be like in a fight. 'Cause I'm pretty sure we are going to get a fight situation where each one of them are going to have to fight one another. And I'm guessing Boruto is going to fight Rokuro to avenge Akuma, or whatever his name is. But regardless, I think this episode is decent. It's an interesting concept, even though this concept is pretty oversaturated. Well, not oversaturated. It's pretty hard to break into and make it interesting. It's hard to make it so interesting compared to the dozen amount of death game related anime or even real life TV shows, that it's going to be hard for people to be too interested in it. But I'm kind of curious to see how Boruto will make a spin on this. But regardless, I think the next couple episodes could be interesting if they handle it right. Hopefully, it won't be too long of an arc. We just have to see how this arc actually goes. And I actually would love to know your thoughts on this arc as a whole. I mean, well, on this episode as a whole. I would actually know what you think this arc could turn out. Do you actually have high expectations for the arc or whatever? And let me know that in the comments below. And I'll see you guys on the next one.